Greetings, I'm Neoslice, and today I'm going to be ranking every single Resident Evil main character from the mainline games. So I'm going to be giving you my opinion on these characters, so keep that in mind. This is just for fun, nothing else. This is not a particular version of the characters, it's just, you know, for example, Leon Kennedy is just Leon Kennedy. It's not RE4 Leon Kennedy, you know, it's just in general how I feel about that character. So let's start with S+, which is the highest ranking. Let's start with Leon, because I think it's easy to say that he is by far one of the best characters in the main story, and I think he deserves to be on S+. I think he gained so much from the remakes. I think RE2 Remake Leon is probably a good adaptation of the original Leon. The original Leon was iconic, but kind of felt like, you know, very stiff and didn't really have personality. He was just a, you know, generic game character. RE2 Remake and RE4 Remake and onwards, it's just a massive glow up. Even RE4 original Leon was pretty good. RE6 Leon was alright. And yeah, everything else is just difficult to find something bad with Leon. Even when the games aren't as good, he always is one of the characters that will always remain just a really good, well-developed character, and my favorite version of him is definitely RE4 Remake Leon. The voice actor did an amazing job for him. Since we're on the topic of Leon, let's put Claire up there. You know, I love Claire. I'm a bit biased because Claire is my favorite character of all time, but I really like Claire, and I hope we get a remake for Code Veronica to see more of her development, because the RE2 Remake Claire is still supposed to be, you know, rookie Claire, but by the end of that game, RE2 Remake, she is absolutely amazing. I really cared for her character arc, you know, how she becomes attached to Sherry and she grows, you know. She has no training or any, well, she has a little bit of training, but she's only 19 when RE2 happens, and by the end of that game, she's pretty much a pro. And it's very inspiring to see her, you know, grow and become better. So I think, for me personally, Claire and Leon are the S+. Moving on to something else. Let's see. Let's try something completely different. Let's try Ethan Winters. So, as much as I love Ethan Winters' one-liners, I just can't love this character. Maybe he has to sit with me for a while. You know, there has to be in a decade maybe I'll like him, but I think he's just pretty bland. I like the games that he's in. I really love RE7, and Village was alright, but I just don't know. I feel like there's nothing special to Ethan Winters. Maybe with time he'll grow on me, but I really liked him in Shadows of Rose. And I really liked how he showed his fatherly love to Rose, and yeah. Speaking of Rose, I forgot to put Rose in here. Well, I put Rose on B as well. Let's just put Ethan and Rose on the same. Moving on, let's see. We have Ashley. So Ashley Graham has only had one game, but she is a playable character, so we're gonna rank her. I think Ashley is amazing in the RE4 Remake. She was funny in the first game, but I think in the remake she's great. She's definitely had a nice upgrade. She's I actually cared about her, you know. The story in Resident Evil 4, the acting was just so great. I really like how they showed their struggle, you know, Leon and Ashley. I think it was very well made. Right, so on C I will put Pierce. I will be honest, I didn't really play RE6 that much, so I can't really judge too hard. I just didn't care for this character. I just felt like he was kind of a flat character. There was not much to care for him about. I don't know if that is even proper English, but I just didn't care about him, to be honest. And same thing with Elena. These are like characters that show up only once, so that's pretty much the same thing. I think their design is great. I think their voices are great, but just didn't feel like they were unique characters to me. And at the very bottom, I think I will put Let's see. At the very bottom, I think I will put Sherry. I love Sherry in the remake, but in 6, I don't know, man. I just don't care too much about her. And I will put her next to the Jake guy. I feel like it would have been a lot better if they had, you know, invested that storyline with Claire. But it would have been cool to see how she taught her stuff and eventually became her own person. I think it would have been a lot better than whatever we had in RE6. But once again, I can't judge too hard. I mean, I love all of these characters, you know, but this is just if I were to pick, if I were to rank them, you know, I think these are all fine characters. But I do feel like Sherry Birkin's character would have been a lot better if they had invested in her story after RE2 Remake. I think, you know, with Claire, I think it would have been a lot better. And same thing with, I don't know, I think I'll put Moira on C too. I didn't care too much about Moira. She wasn't annoying or anything. I just didn't really care too much for her. She was funny at times, but felt like a very one-dimensional character. Put them here. Anyway, Rebecca. Man, I think I'll put Rebecca on A. I really like Rebecca. She definitely has some uniqueness to her. And I would love to see her again in a new game, but I'm okay with her retiring and, you know, just being in the movies and all that. I know she came back for Death Island, but yeah, I like Rebecca. I think I will put Chris also on A. Chris is a fan favorite, of course. He was one of the OGs, but I don't care too much about anything after 5. But you know, I feel like Chris has been in pretty much most of the games, so I think I have a pretty good idea of what Chris is like, so I think I'm okay with him being on A. I think he's a good character. Same thing with Jill. Jill's great. I really like her in the remake. I like her in RE1. I think her voice is great in RE3 remake, and yeah, I hope we get to see her again in RE9. And yeah, so Billy, Ethan Winters and Billy are on the same level in my opinion, because I feel like we haven't had too much time with these characters. You know, it would have been nice to see more of Billy, but you know, I think the voice actor did an amazing job. He made me really enjoy his character when I played RE0. Ada, well, I honestly think Ada is a S+ tier character. The only thing I don't like about Ada is that she doesn't have a standalone game. A game by herself that, you know, that's like more, you know, stealth and spy stuff and, you know, doing stuff in the background, and, you know, it doesn't even have to be a separate ways. It can just be its own spin-off show, a spin-off series, you know, like a Revelations type of thing. You know, finally find out whose side she's in. You know, that would be cool. But I really like Ada. All of her versions are great. The original had a wonderful theme song, by the way. If you haven't looked it up yet, listen to it. Ada's theme from RE2 is amazing. And okay, so we've got Sheva. Sheva is a great character. I like Sheva, but once again, I feel like we haven't had too much of Sheva, and also she felt very one-dimensional. But I like Sheva. I wish we got more of her, honestly. Maybe we'll see her again in some Resident Evil media. I'm not too sure. And it's hard to rank these characters because I love them all, you know, they're all great. Maybe I'll swap Pierce. There we go. Maybe I'll swap Pierce with Sherry. There we go. I just feel like he had so much potential. And anyway, Carlos, last but not least, I feel like I'm missing someone. I know I'm missing Jake and all that, but I would put Jake on C. Let's put Carlos in the... Man, it feels bad because I really like Carlos in RE3. I feel like I'll put Carlos on A. I feel like I would put Carlos on A because, I don't know, man. RE3 1999 Carlos was kind of funny, and that's pretty much it. He wasn't, you know, he was one-dimensional, like I said, you know, he didn't really have any layers. But in the remake of RE3, he's amazing. He's not only the funny guy, you know, flirty type, but he's also a soldier that finds out about, you know, that he's on the wrong side of the fight, right? And his character arc with Jill, and how he finds out that Jill, you know, teamed up with him no matter, you know, even though she knew that Umbrella was, you know, behind the whole thing in Raccoon City. You know, that was really cool, and I really like these actors, and they do an amazing job at acting. And I love the writing on these characters in the remakes. All of the characters in the remakes have been beautifully written, and honestly, I'm so excited to see more. Well, anyway, that's my tier list. I think I'm missing some characters here, but that's pretty much the gist of it. I haven't really included the Survivor or Outbreak characters, or you know, Wesker and all that, because they're side characters. Let me know if you guys want to see me ranking more things by leaving a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Let me know what your ranking would be. And yeah, I will link the tier list in the description if you want to check it out. I actually made this one myself. So yeah, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.